Right here at the podium, sir. Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Rodolfo Velarde Favela.
All right, thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for new allegations of armed robbery, a Class 2 felony, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, and during the commission of a drug offense. Those are Class 4 felonies. Possession of narcotic drugs for sale, that's a Class 2 felony. Dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for all of these, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. You'll have the same lawyer in this case that you have for your other open case and your probation case. The open case is, hang on, I'm just trying to get the case number. I know your IA date was July 5th, and that case is 2024-007298. All right, you're going to have 3 upcoming court dates in this case. The first is a status conference 1 week from today, October 10th at 8:30 in the morning. The last one will be a preliminary hearing on October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. In between those, on Friday, October 11th, that's 1 week from today, sorry, at 1:30 in the afternoon, you're going to have a bail eligibility hearing. The reason you need a bail hearing is that there is probable cause for new felonies while you have an open and pending felony case. That's the one I just read. So that is an evidentiary hearing on the question of whether you might get bail. Because you are not eligible today, you're going to be held without bond. You may or may not be found eligible for bail in this case in a week, but you are not eligible today. If you take your paperwork, the officer will show you where to go, and you'll be back in court next week. Mr. Cooper? And then Austin Tolius, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Samuel Cooper.
Thanks. Mr. Cooper, you're here on 3 total cases, and one is a new case from yesterday, one is a case that's your probation case, and one's a pending case in which you failed to appear for sentencing. I'm going to start with the new allegations from yesterday. You're accused of third-degree burglary and organized retail theft. Those are Class 4 felonies. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. In the other 2 cases, you were awaiting sentencing and disposition, and let me double check. It looks like, lucky for you, we can give you the same next court date for all 3 cases. So you'll be in court for all 3 cases this coming Thursday, October 10th at 8:30 in the morning. In the newest case, it's a status conference in all of them. So it's a status conference in all 3 cases on the 10th. Then, in the newest case from yesterday, the burglary case, you will also have a preliminary hearing on October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. In between those, you are going to have a bail eligibility hearing 1 week from today, which is Friday, October 11th at 1:30 in the afternoon. That is it's an evidentiary hearing in the new case regarding whether there's enough evidence that you'll continue to be held without bond, because you are not eligible for bail today at all in the new case because there's probable cause for new felonies while you have a pending felony case, and that's the one that you are waiting to be sentenced on. So that triggers a provision of Arizona law that says you cannot get bail today. You have to go to a bail hearing before you can ever get bail, if you ever do. So just to explain, that brand new case, you are not bondable today. You might be bondable in a week. In your probation case, you are held without bond pursuant to law. You just don't have bond in that case. And in the sentencing case, the one that's still pending, the drug case, I'm just going to affirm the $1,500 bond and conditions as normal, but you're still being held no bond in 2 other cases. What was your question?
Excuse me, ma'am. On the burglary, I did not do no burglary. I had brought the items to the cash register and asked her how much was the car, and she said 13, and I walked out the store.
Okay, well, talk to your lawyer, because the burglary, the offense conduct that's in the statute covers more than what we traditionally think of as a burglary, and so talk to your lawyer, but it's to enter or remain unlawfully with the intent to commit theft or a felony inside a structure. So I know that this is not the traditional burglary scenario. It's up to the county attorney whether they go forward on it. It's definitely organized retail theft. So, sir, you need to talk to your lawyer about that. I know that it might not seem like a burglary, but on the way the statute is written, it does meet probable cause. So talk to your lawyer about that.
Will I be able to get out today?
No, you're not bondable in 2 of your cases. The third one, you have a $1,500 secured appearance bond. So you don't have bond at all today in 2 of your cases.
That's crazy because me and my mom, we went to a rehab and I was supposed to have a bed today.
Unfortunately, you will not be there. So talk to your lawyer about all of this. Right now, you need to focus on whether or not you might be facing prison. So the bed, I'm sorry about that, but you are not going to be there.
I might be facing prison.
Yeah, you're here. You got 3 felony cases, sir. So, yeah. So I'm just saying, don't worry so much about that bed right now. Focus on defending your cases and trying to avoid going to prison. I gave you a lawyer. You're going to see your lawyer for everything on Thursday. All 3 of these cases. All right. Your lawyer will help you.
Okay.
You step to your left, you get your paperwork. Thank you. Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Austin Toulouse, 6.
All right, thanks. You're here on 1 new case and 3 probation holds. In the new case, you were arrested for theft of a means of transportation. It's a Class 3 felony, narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in this case and in all 3 of your probation cases. The probation department will be filing petitions to revoke your probation in all 3 cases. You will have the same next court date for all 4 of these pending matters. That is going to be this Thursday, October 10th at 8:30 in the morning. It's a status conference in the new case and a revocation arraignment hearing in your 3 probation cases. Then you will also have a preliminary hearing in the new case only on Monday, October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. In each of your 3 probation cases, you are held without bond pursuant to Arizona law. In the theft of means case, the new one, you have a $10,000 secured appearance bond and written release conditions. You shouldn't try to post that bond, though, if you are still being held without bond in any of your probation cases. If you step to your left, the officer has your paperwork for everything. Thank you. Mr. Bridges? Monique?
She's house call.
House call? Okay, then Kristen Negron, will you please go to the chair? Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Yes, sir. My name is, yes, ma'am. My name is Marlon James Bridges.
Thank you, Mr. Bridges. You're here on 2 things. One is a new case and one is a probation hold. In the new case, you were arrested for possession of narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony. Then the rest are Class 4 felonies. They are possession of narcotic drugs, possession of a weapon by a prohibited person, possession of a weapon during the commission of a drug trafficking offense, and forgery. There's probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date, in this case, we're going to put together with your probation case. It's going to be this coming Thursday, October 10th at 8:30 in the morning. And you'll have a lawyer appointed for both. In the probation case, the probation department will be filing a petition to revoke, and you'll get a copy of that at your next court hearing. Again, that's the 10th of October. All right, and in the new case, right, the 10th is a status conference. In the probation case, the hearing type is a revocation arraignment. Then in the new case only, you will also have a preliminary hearing on October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. In the probation case, it is order holding you without bond pursuant to Arizona law. You don't have bond in your probation case right now. In the new case, you have a $25,000 secured appearance bond and written conditions, but you shouldn't try to post that bond if you're still being held in your probation case. Everything I just told you is on your paperwork, and if you step to your left, you get a copy of that. Thank you.
And I have a question. So you said I will have a bond when?
You don't have bond at all in your probation case. You can ask your lawyer to try to get the probation judge to change their mind on that.
Okay.
But right now, you don't have bond at all on the probation case, and that order stands until a court orders differently. In the new case, you do have a bond, but it's pointless to try to post it if you're still being held no bond in your probation case.
Okay.
So talk to your lawyer about everything. You'll be back in court on Thursday. You can talk to your lawyer about both cases on that day.
All right.
All right, if you grab your paperwork, you'll be all done. Thank you. All right, Ms. Negron? Hello, ma'am. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Kristen Monique Negron.
What's your date of birth, sorry?
9/17/1993.
I can't make that out. Louder and slower, please.
09/17/1993.
17? All right, I have 14. 9/17/1993. Okay. All right, you're here on a new case. You got arrested for possession of narcotic drugs for sale, a Class 2 felony, possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony, resisting arrest as a Class 1 misdemeanor, and obstruction of justice by the refusal to provide a true name, that's a Class 2 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for all of those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is a status conference, October 10th. That's this Thursday at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing October 14th at 8:30 in the same court. You have a $5,000 secured appearance bond in this case and written release condition, but you also have a marshal's hold that's been placed on you at the jail by your federal probation officer. So, if you post this bond, the marshals will be notified and they'll have 24 hours to come and pick you up and put you in front of a federal judge. Having worked in the federal system, I don't think you should be too excited to do that, but you're allowed to do it. So I'm just warning you. If you don't post the bond, then you'll stay in Maricopa County custody until such time as Maricopa releases you, and then the marshals will be notified and they'll have 24 hours to pick you up. If you are released at any point for any reason, you must call your federal PO within 72 hours of any release and comply with these release conditions. That they do include no contact with your co-defendant, whether either of you is in or out of jail. If you'll step to your left, the officer will give you your paperwork. Thank you. All right, Ms. Cease, and then Juan Juarez, will you please go to the chair? You can bring that with you, ma'am. All right, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Shelby Cease, 11.
Thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for aggravated DUI by wrong-way driving. It is a Class 4 felony. There is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is a status conference, October 10th. That is this coming Thursday at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing October 14th at 8:30 in the same court. You have a $5,000 secured appearance bond. Secured means you can use the services of a bail bond company. You can call them from back in the tanks. If you bond out, you're ordered to comply with all of your written conditions, which include no driving at all. Whether your license remains currently valid or not, you may not drive while the case is pending, no alcohol, and everything else is on your paperwork. If you step to your left, I'll give you a copy. Thank you. Mr. Juarez? Hello, sir. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Juan Juarez.
Thanks. You're here on 2 bench warrants for failing to appear at your sentencing and disposition in 2 different cases. I'm going to start with the sentencing case. You've been charged with unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle, a Class 5 felony, and driving on a suspended license. That's a Class 1 misdemeanor. The probation case, you're on probation for a Class 6 felony. So your next court date is going to be a status conference in front of your sentencing judge. It'll be this Thursday, October 10th at 8:30 in the morning.
October 10th?
On that date, they will give you a sentencing date. But
Okay.
I'm just setting a status conference, October 10th, 8:30.
Okay.
I'm affirming that judge's bond in each case. It is $2,500 per case for $5,000 total. It is secured. You can use a bail bond company. If you bond out, comply with every one of your written conditions and don't miss your court dates. This is a relatively, I know a lot of judges would set $5,000, especially for failing to appear at your sentencing.
Yeah.
So if you do this again, you're going to lose your bond money and the bonds will go up.
So I have a bond right now then? I have 2?
We have a total of $5,000 between the 2 cases. That's what the judge set when you did not show up at your sentencing. If
Okay.
you step to your left, he'll give you your paperwork. Thank you. And then Daniel Moreno, will you please go to the chair? Sir, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Anthony Jose Rosas.
Thank you. Mr. Rosas, you are also here on a bench warrant, hold on, for failing to appear at your sentencing in an aggravated DUI case. It's a Class 4 felony. You've already had a lawyer appointed. Your status conference is going to be in front of the sentencing judge on October 10th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. I'm also affirming your bond, $2,500 secured. If you post it, comply with all of your conditions and do not miss your court date.
Well, I don't know why I had a warrant if my court date was today at 8 o'clock this morning.
Let me look at the docket.
I was.
So there was a warrant. So you failed to appear at your sentencing. Then there was your lawyer filed something asking for a quash order. Hold on. They set an initial appearance on it October 4 at 8:30, and unfortunately, they didn't quash it. They set a hearing on it. So last night, you got arrested.
Yeah, for the warrant.
Yeah. And
We're not
so
going-
you know what? I'm unpersuaded. So the court did not quash it. Yes, you did what a smart person would do, which is you tried to take care of it before you got arrested on it. You did get arrested on it, and you didn't get arrested just doing nothing. So this bond is appropriate. I'm imposing it. If you bond out, comply with your conditions. You already face 4 months in the Department of Corrections. That is a mandatory minimum.
Yes.
So you can ask for credit for time served starting today.
Okay.
If you step to your left, you get your paperwork.
Thank you.
Mr. Moreno? Good morning, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Daniel Joseph Moreno, Mark.
Thank you. You are here on a warrant that issued for your arrest when you failed to appear at a probation hearing on August 22nd of this year. You've already had a lawyer appointed for you in the probation case. Your next court date is going to be a revocation arraignment and possible disposition hearing this Thursday, October 10th at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown probation court. I'm affirming the probation judge's bond in this case. It is $1,000 secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your release conditions and do not miss your court dates. If you step to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork. Here at the podium, sir, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Sean Carlisle,
629?
62983.
Okay, thank you. You're here on two things. One is a new drug case and one is a warrant from El Mirage. I'm going to start with the drug case. You've been accused of possessing narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer to represent you. Your next court date will be a status conference, October 10th at 8:30 in the morning. That's in the downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing October 14th at 8:30 in the same court. And in the El Mirage City Court, there was a warrant issued for your arrest on September 24th of this year. It is a failure to appear in a case in which you've been charged with theft by shoplifting, alleged 2 different ways, and resisting arrest, all Class 1 misdemeanors. All right, your court date in El Mirage will be this Tuesday, October 8th, 8 in the morning. That's your El Mirage court date. In the felony case, your bond is $750 secured. In the El Mirage case, it is $75 secured. I'm affirming their bond, so that is $825 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions. Don't miss your court dates. If you step to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork. Thank you. Good morning, ma'am. May I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Jessica Miller, 10.
All right, thank you. You are here on a warrant in a case in which you've been charged with transportation or sale of narcotic drugs. That's a Class 2 felony. This warrant issued out of a status conference on August 15th of 2024. You already have a lawyer. Your next court date will be a status conference this coming Thursday, October 10th at 8:30 in the morning, followed by a preliminary hearing on October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. The court address in downtown Phoenix will be on your paperwork. I am affirming the bond set by the judge who issued the warrant, and that is $500 secured. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions. Do not miss your court dates. Then you will remain in jail at least until Thursday. If you step to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork. Thank you.
Do that? No, I can't help it. Oh, yeah.
All right, and then after Mr. Moran will be Brandy Barton, please. All right, sir, sorry, can I have your full name and date of birth, please?
Ernesto Alonso Moran,
Thanks. Mr. Moran, you are here on a warrant in your probation case. You're on probation for a Class 4 felony, and on September 27th of this year, there was a warrant issued for your arrest. It alleges that you violated terms 1, 3, 5, and 12 of your probation. You'll get a copy of that petition from your lawyer, and I am appointing a lawyer for you in probation court. Your next court date there will be, oh gosh, shoot. Okay, I have to reprint this one, I'm sorry. I didn't click the lawyer button. So I'll just be annoyed that I got to click the lawyer button or the PD's office won't get your file. So I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your court date is October 10th, 8:30. I'm going to affirm the bond set by the probation judge, which is $500 secured. That'll be on your paperwork. If you post it, comply with your conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. All right.
I can't go on pretrial and then
No.
I wanna go to rehab. and
No,
then-
not on probation, that, it goes on long enough, you turn into warrant status, the probation judge set a bond for you.
So come on, probation officer, huh?
If you bond out. If you don't bond out, you don't have to. You'll see your PO on Thursday.
Since I got a warrant, I keep bond out?
I'm sorry?
I can still bond out right now?
Yeah, $500 secured. So we need your new paperwork though, because I didn't check the lawyer box.
Okay, thank you. I didn't know I could bond out. That's why.
Yeah, oh, hold on, they're gonna grab it for you, so just step that way. Yeah, you can bond out. Don't miss court. Call your PO. Hello, ma'am, may I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Randy Barton,
Thanks. You're here on two things. One is a warrant from Apache Junction City Court. One is a warrant from the El Centro Justice Court, also known as the Downtown Justice Court. All right, sorry, I did it again. I got to reprint 21 also. Hang on. For the lawyer button. Okay. All right. In El Centro Justice Court, you've been charged with driving on a suspended license. It's a Class 1 misdemeanor. Your arraignment hearing there is going to be this Tuesday, October 8th at 8:30 in the morning. That is 4 days from today. In the Apache Junction City Court, which is over the line in Pinal County, they issued a warrant for you. It is a failure to pay in a driving on suspended license case. This warrant issued March 25th of 2024. And your court date in Apache Junction is scheduled for October 9th, so Wednesday at 8:30 in the morning. And in the El Centro case, your bond is $500. It is secured. In the Apache Junction case, it is $250, also secured. That is $750 total. If you bond out, comply with your conditions and come to court. If you don't bond out, you will have a lawyer appointed in each case solely to help you with the bond issue because you're not otherwise entitled to a bond in this type of case. You step to the left?
I can't get OR today?
No, ma'am. You were OR'd before on February 14th of this year, and you failed
But I
to
put in the paperwork to ask for a new court date because like I had car
I see no
problems.
sign of that. That was February, and you were picked up yesterday of committing the same crime allegedly. So, ma'am, I don't find that credible.
I
I don't
have
see any
work
evidence of
tomorrow.
it. Then you won't be there. Step to your left, grab your paperwork.
Oh,
And Mr. Shivers? Sir, can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
James Hanson Shivers.
Thank you. You're here on a new case and a probation warrant. In the new case, you were arrested for resisting arrest as a Class 6 felony. There is probable cause for that, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. In the probation case, you were in warrant status on a Class 6 felony, and this warrant issued September 5th of this year when a third petition to revoke your probation was filed, alleging that you violated Term 3. You'll have a lawyer in both cases, and you'll get a copy of that petition to revoke from your lawyer. You have the same next court date in each case. It's October 10th at 8:30 in the morning. That's a status conference in the new case and a revocation arraignment in the older case. In the new case, you will also have a preliminary hearing October 14th at 8:30 in the morning. Your bond in each of the two cases is $500 secured for $1,000 total. If you bond out, comply with all of your conditions and call your PO within 72 hours. If you step to your left, you get a copy of your paperwork. Hello, sir. Can I have your full name and your date of birth, please?
Full name, Juan Carlos Rosales.
Thank you. You're here on a new case. You were arrested for a total of 4 things. The court found probable cause on 3 of them. 2 are aggravated DUI as Class 4 felonies, that is with a license suspended or revoked. And the third is narcotic drug possession Class 4 felony. They also booked you for aggravated DUI by third and subsequent DUI, but they didn't adequately allege any priors, and I did not see them in your criminal history. So for right now, for purposes of this case only, I'm not finding probable cause on that one allegation of aggravated DUI by third or subsequent. Talk to your lawyer about that. I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is a status conference October 18th, which is 2 weeks from today at 8:30 in the morning in the Downtown Superior Court, with a preliminary hearing October 22nd at 8:30. That'll be on your paperwork. And I'm willing to release you to pretrial services with alcohol testing and monitoring. I did not see a giant history of DUI. I do see the one conviction and the one that presumably caused your license to be still suspended now, but according to what I got, that was back in 2019.
Yes.
So, You have to drug and alcohol test. I will let you know the state recommended a $10,000 bond in your case. And that's because people who repetitively commit this offense do make other people die. They do, and we see those cases every day here. It's not that I don't think it's dangerous. It's not that I don't think there's solid probable cause that you did this. It's that I'm hopeful that you are intelligent enough and hopefully not addicted to manage to comply with release conditions. So don't drive without a license. You will drug and alcohol test for us to prove that you are not using anything to alter your consciousness while the case is pending, okay?
Understood.
All right, if you take your paperwork, you should be out in a few hours. Don't lose that envelope. It tells you where to call to start doing the testing. All right, thank you. And Mr. Singleton, what are you going to do with the knocks after the house call? Because one of the FOJs is a knock. All right. Sir, can I have your full name and date of birth?
Braylon Singleton, January.
Thanks. You're on a new case. You got arrested for criminal trespassing in the first degree. That's a Class 6 felony, and assault as a Class 3 misdemeanor. There is probable cause for those, and I am appointing a lawyer for you. Your next court date is going to be a status conference, October 18th, which is a Friday, 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Court. Your preliminary hearing, October 22nd at 8:30 in the same court. And I am going to release you to pretrial services. You have orders not to go to the scene of the alleged crimes, no contact with the alleged victim or the witness, which in this case would be her roommate, no weapons, no drugs, no alcohol, obey any order of protection served on you, and very importantly, absolutely no contact with the alleged victim, not direct, not indirect, and very much expressly not by social media. And I say that because you are 18, and I am very familiar with what goes on amongst persons your age. Don't let your friends do it. Don't you do it. If you get accused of that, and by the way, yes, the cops can figure out who is making spoofed accounts. I sign the warrants for it all the time. Young people, in my experience, are generally pretty stupid about how they do it, and when they're smart, the cops still find them. So just don't. If you don't want to ever be convicted of a felony, don't violate release conditions while the case is pending, because one allegation of harassment while this case is pending can be booked as a felony. One text from you to her could be booked as a felony. You get held no bond, even if you're a fresh-faced ASU student. So anybody who wants to get a college degree and not have to say that they got convicted of a felony should be very careful to comply with that condition. And I'm just saying that over and over because I read warrants all day, every day about the unbelievable stupidity of people who make evidence against themselves over social media. And if you think you won't get caught doing it, then you're very foolish. All the cops have to do is pay attention and write a few warrants. If you're good at hiding it, it just means they have to write more warrants. So just don't. And I'm only giving you this lecture because right now, this is barely a felony. Yes, it meets the elements. You may never take a felony in this case, et cetera, et cetera. What you're accused of doing is not so horrible. I don't think you're dangerous to her. I'm just trying to help you also not be stupid when you get out and sick your friends on her. And if your friends want to do it, make them not. Tell them to stop because you are the one who is going to end up accused. So I hope you're listening because honestly, this is a fairly simple type of case that if you did exactly what they accuse you of, I don't think you should take a felony conviction. That being said, you're facing a felony. Don't screw around with release conditions, okay? Definitely don't do it by getting friends to or letting friends do it. That will never end well for you, okay? Right now, you can probably get away from this clean-ish without a felony. I don't know. I don't have your case. But if you make yourself interesting to the police by causing trouble or letting trouble or getting accused of causing trouble, you could end up with new charges, and then the odds of a felony outcome start going up. If you would like to see this go for a misdemeanor or an acquittal, don't violate release conditions.
Okay.
All right. You're a college student. I hope you could follow that. If you step to your left.
I do have one question.
Go ahead.
So when you say, like, no contact with my roommate, we're on...
No, her roommate.
Oh,
They
okay.
allege that her roommate let you in, yada, yada. Yeah, her roommate.
Yeah.
So that's who I specifically mean, and I'll write that on here because I think, because there were other kids in there that are your friends, but they allegedly left, et cetera. And so I'm gonna put that on here, just so that it's super clear. by complaint by witness, I'm obviously going to put, you may not have any contact with the alleged victim's roommate. Okay. Okay, I'm going to uncheck that so it's not generic, and then it's specific. And then that way, it's very clear, it's her roommate. You're fine with your own roommates. Stay away from this young person. All right, if you accept your level, we're going to reprint that. You should be out in a few hours. Don't lose the envelope. It tells you where to call when you get out for pretrial services. You just have to report in. I'm not going to make you wear an ankle monitor. And then just comply with your conditions. Show it for court. I did give you a lawyer. You probably won't meet your lawyer until you get there, but you have a lawyer to help you with the case, okay? All right, good luck, sir, if you step to your left.